recognized as the most influential African woman for the fourth time, for 4 consecutive years. And I want to congratulate you for it.
Thank
and
you.
Also, my question is, I would want to know if it encourages you to do more of what you're doing.
Of course, it's a very motivational, especially something I am not expecting. I don't expect it. I never expected it. But when it comes as a motivation and an acknowledgement of what you're doing, you want to go to the the extra mile always. Don't mind about how tired you are, because as you know, of course, the travel and programs is very condensed and very require a lot of energy, in fact, from me and my whole team. So something like this, it always gives me motivation. It's a motivational, definitely. And also the award I got was a doctorate, honoris causa doctorate of letters from Krishna Award in University. It was a great surprise for me and a very nice motivation. It makes you feel that you need to do more, and you do more for people, because this is not only the motivation I have, another motivation when I see the success of the people we support, or the beneficiary of scholarships, and the doctors, and the number of patients they treat after they graduate, which never have the accessibility to a good quality healthcare before the training we provide to their doctors in their country, in their community. This is another type of motivation. So of course, for me and for my team, motivation is very a good force to keep you moving, especially when there is a lot of challenges in your way. Definitely.
So I'm so happy to be part of this conversation today, and it's such an honor to see you online and to get to hear insights. You're very passionate about gender-based violence and fertility, things that I passionately also cover, and I get exposed to so much stories from such victims. I would like to know from you, what projects do you have in Kenya that help facilitate maybe healing or sort of alleviating suffering from women and men who suffer gender-based violence, and women who are victimized because of infertility? Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And actually, we started in Kenya. The More Than a Mother campaign started in Kenya in 2015. And we made a lot of support, like economic support for women who suffer or living with infertility. And one of them, of course, which suffer also the gender-based violence that attached to the infertility. As you know, it can be a result of infertility. Even if she's not the cause, women are always blamed to be the cause of infertility, even if the men, which is represent 50% of the causes, are the one who's the cause, but always to be blamed. Like Jacqueline, for example, in Wendy, when we also supported her by giving her the house and the supermarket so she can be independent and be happier. Not going to be as happy as she should be before the mutation happened to her. But of course, this is also a very important program we run, and Jacqueline Mwendi becomes the heroine of More Than a Mother campaign that make all the other countries want to be part of More Than a Mother campaign. And all the first ladies across Africa, more than 20 first ladies become ambassadors because of this horrific story that it represents the infertility, stigma, and also gender-based violence. So of course, in Kenya, we provided the maximum, or maybe the highest number of scholarships for doctors in different specialties, either women health or oncology or reproductive sexual care and infertility and embryology, to provide the local expert that they can really be also the champion of More Than a Mother or any social or critical health problem in Kenya and in the rest of Africa. Was our actually strategy in Kenya. I am looking forward to meet the new First Lady of Kenya, and I heard that she is very passionate about women empowerment and have access to health to women and children, which is very much related to what we are doing as Merck Foundation. Just looking for the right introduction, and then we will be there to meet her and hopefully to work together and have a long-term partnership that we can do even more. Of course, we have our Africa TV show also that it is broadcasting on KTN, actually for the second year now, to raise awareness about too many social and critical health issues and social issues in Kenya through fashion and art with purpose. And this is also very, very important awareness tool that we are aiming to create a culture shift between children and young youth.
Okay, thank you so much. And because I can see you have a very busy schedule planning to meet all these first ladies and all these new presidents, I would like to know from you how do you plan your day? What time do you wake up? How do you plan everything with all these busy schedules that you have laid out?
It is crazy, and it is getting even more complicated and exhausting to plan my day, but by two factors: me getting older, of course, and also busier. So these two things actually making me take more time and effort to plan and to prepare myself. When you get older, you need to look at what you're eating, so you have to plan it very well. You can't just eat anything, because otherwise you will affect your health and your energy the whole day. And also how to take care of yourself, because I'm not young anymore, so I take more time to look the way I want. That when I was younger, it was easy just to go, but now it takes more time. And of course, planning to answer all the messages on WhatsApp before I start the day, or the emails that it is urgent from the last night, and then go to the whole day plan, not messing, very important. And this takes time and energy from me, but it is a mandatory exercising, because if I don't exercise, the day I don't exercise, I don't have the adrenal gland energy that keeps me going, because I don't have the energy of a young 20, 30 years old anymore. So the exercise in my age now, which is 51, it's a mandatory to give me the battery for the whole day, because it gives you the androgen and the hormones and the energy, the adrenal energy that you need to mentally and also physically. So this takes time, like 2 hours of my day as well. Before, it was not a mandatory. I can do it like once a week. If I don't do it, it's no problem. But now I know that it should be have done even earlier, and it's a mandatory for me. And of course, the normal work day, it will only get more condensed and complicated even more when I am traveling, of course, because travel takes a lot of energy, a lot of also preparation and so on. So in fact, I maybe will write what I do every day and maybe share it with you on social media, because in fact, I never thought about it. I'm always on the autopilot.
That's quite interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And the crazy thing is that you don't even forget anything. Like every time I see a call from you, I'm like,
exercise,
oh, Brian, what have you forgotten?
Brian, this is
Yes.
actually the memory thing. It's from exercising and eating the right food. Because I also, as I said, I plan my food very well. There's certain things, the food for the brain, I focus on, and energy with less calorie. So I really plan that very well. And exercise also, the blood streams come to your mind and keep you alert and clear mind and stronger memory, which
No, it's okay. Go.
So
Go ahead.
this is exactly what I keep in mind, because I know that we lose our memory strengths as well by age. So I focus on this, hopefully.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Doctor. I want to invite Chewe Manasseh to ask a question.
Hello, Dr. Rash.
Hello, hi.
I'm in the fashion industry as well, apart from working in a hospital. So I'm always paying attention to what people are wearing. And you always seem to be on point with fashion, just like today, the right color. I love the orange, by the way, and the jewelry.
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you.
So I wanted to find out, I loved your style during our Africa by Merck Foundation TV program. Do you have a stylist for that and a makeup artist, or you just pick those things yourself?
No, actually, I never had a stylist in my life. I always like to wear what I'm comfortable in and what fit what I'm doing per day. And also the level of energy I have in the morning. If I feel like I'm less energetic, then vibrant color. So it give you the energy and the boost you want, because I believe the power of color. I also believe in power of fashion to say to people what you are and what you are thinking of. Therefore, our Africa TV show was mainly based on that. You see that we focus very much in fashion rule in creating a culture shift and delivering messages to people. And I tried by my own experience through the years within experiencing my style and fashion sense to deliver these messages, either for me or even for the guests around me. The makeup artist, I started to have makeup artist the first episode, and I didn't even air this episode, the first one, because it was really bad. It didn't affect me at all. So I started to do myself as I do. Someone, can you please mute the thing? Yeah. So I started to do my own makeup because also nobody understands your face more than yourself. So never had a makeup artist or a stylist, but I have always a hairdresser, which I go to get my hair done, because I can't do it myself most of the time.
Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing more of your style.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can tell you, I also learned a couple of things in styling when we did the Africa TV show. Yeah, I think my clothes improved with every episode.
Yes, you had a bigger wardrobe now, and you understand now what to wear for which episode. You ask about the topic of the episode, and you wear something really fitting with that episode, which is very, very important. That to employ your fashion and day-to-day clothes, because you are wearing it anyway, to express yourself. Yeah. And to serve the things you are objective you are taking in your work or your life, which is very important.
Yeah, guys, if the show hasn't yet aired in your country, hopefully it will come to you. But it is an incredible show. It's called Our Africa TV Show, and we're covering.
It's Our Africa by Merck Foundation TV show, and where it's airing. It aired in Uganda,
where is it now?
Kenya and Ghana at the moment, Liberia and Sierra Leone, and Zambia, and going to be soon in Botswana. And also it's actually now airing in Kenya and Ghana again, KTN and TV3 in Ghana.
Right. I have so many people from Kenya calling me, sending me pictures of billboards and stuff. So I am international.
Yes.
All right. A reminder to everyone here, please mute your mic until you're called to speak. Please do that for us. I see Margaret Samulela, you're saying, I am even motivated to restart my exercise. Dr. Rasha, you look very young. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. I am so happy that I can encourage all of you to continue your exercise, which is very important, or start it, because it's very, very important. You will thank me later. It will save a lot of your time and effort when you're older. Really, very important.
Absolutely.
Brian, you're also doing exercise?
Of course, I need to look good when we record season 2.
Okay. We'll see.
Catherine Murombetsi, please come and ask your question.
Yes, a beautiful morning from warm Zimbabwe. My name is Catherine. I'm pleased to be here with you today, Dr. Rasha.
Thank you.
You have been honored with a doctorate of letters honoris causa for your great work in the social sciences, the justice, and reform. How do you feel about this? And what is it that gives you the energy of 5 young women?
Thank you.
Because
thank you very much.
For the rest of us, we say today I'm doing this. It's just like a plan and you tick. But for you, it's a basket full. Spectacular. What is it that makes you stand out and be different to exude so much energy?
Maybe it's the passion about what I am doing. Maybe I was blessed by God to find my passion in life, because everyone has passion in life, but the most important thing is to find it. How to find it and where and on the right time or not, okay, which is very, very important. Everyone, I think, is destined to have greatness in his or her life, but to find it and when and where, as I said, this is a very, very important. So I was, thanks to God, I find my passion that I can excel and capitalize on my strengths, and not to my weakness not exposed in it, because everyone has strengths and weaknesses. So this is maybe the reason why of this, not because I am different than anyone or better, it's just I found my passion. And thankfully that I found it not too late, because I found my passion when I was 40. And if I was thinking 2 days ago, if this passion or where I want to be and where I excel found it, for example, when I am 50 or 60, it will be too late for me to have the energy to build and to be able to face challenges, overcome obstacles, and so on. So time is very, very important. So I find it's just in the right time. I might say it's better even to find it when I'm in 30s, but it's okay. I find it when I am 41 exactly. So I was lucky enough to do that. So this is it. So motivation of the honoris causa of the work I have done, it was not expected at all. It was a surprise for me. I was going to India to meet our scholars, which the programs we are doing since 2015 with Tata Memorial Hospital. And the oncology fellowship we provided for more than 110 scholarships has been provided to oncologists and subspecialties, and trained the first oncologist in many countries, which is a huge transformation in cancer care in Africa. For anything, because it was 1 year, 2 year fellowship and master degree, and even 3 year master degree in Egypt. So I was appreciated with regard to this, and also to More Than a Mother campaign, which is a signature campaign to empower women and break the stigma of infertility, which also made a huge transformation in fertility stigma and understanding it, with all the invention and initiatives we have done to do so. So I was very happy and very grateful for it, and I liked it. It was really amazing.
We also have a question here from Burundi, Dr. Rasha.
Yes.
And I want to ask you, Ndaishimie asked, what is the most adventurous food you have ever tried? Because you're always on the move, you're visiting all these countries, you're going, the entire world, and your energy is like so crazy. You're the kind who would just say, okay, what is this? Let me try it. Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you, I'm not adventurous at all in food, because I always worry that something does not affect and agree with my stomach, and I will be ill by myself. So I'm always very careful what to eat when I am on the road or I am traveling anywhere. So I always like to eat something I am used to and I tried it before. in my life, so I know that it's no problem or something, because I have a very sensitive stomach. I'm not foodie in general, but I eat everything. So I don't have any vegetarian or vegan or no, I eat everything. But I can tell you that I tried a few things in different countries that I kept it in my regular regime, and I never knew what it is, but it was safe to try, which is the beetroot, for example, juice with orange and carrot. This juice, or you call it a smoothie or juice, that I tried it and I fell in love with it and became part of my daily weekly life, not daily life, because it's very healthy, and I discovered a lot of health benefit from it. Many things you can read about it, beetroot specifically. So I tried that in Kenya for the first time, and then I tried it again in Ghana and in Uganda and different places, and I kept eating it. I can't remember anything else I tried. I only once I tried something, not tried, I had to, because there is no other food and I was so hungry, but it will never happen again. It was a very spicy Indian food, which my stomach couldn't handle spicy, so I became ill and have a huge stomach pain. So I said to them, do not feed me spicy food, but I like Indian food in general, all the things they do, but I always tell to the restaurant or where I order it from, no spices at all. So that's it.
Good morning. Thank you so much for this opportunity and being part of this platform. My question to you, Dr. Rash, is what advice would you give to the little Rashi, a teenager of 14 years old?
Okay. I heard this question before to ask to other people on YouTube. And it was really like their answer so much. It was very much related to if you go back in time and you tell yourself, little Rasha, which is 14 or 16 years old, what advice you want her to take. I think I'll tell her dream big and never lose your self-confidence, or never be scared to be the first. Because people usually be scared to be the first to do this, the first to do that, because they want only to do the things that other people doing and follow it, but never be worried or scared or intimidated to be the first in anything. You can be the first and people can follow you, and you can be the first and succeed and people want to be part of your success. You can be the first and overcome the challenges that the people want to destroy what you're doing because they don't know what you're doing, because you are the first and they think that it's not correct, but then they will agree with you and they will be part of your team or your group or your success. So I want to tell her this. I followed that, but not most of my life. It was like, again, when I started to be certified, I start to say, no. I am not going to do like other people doing. I will be the first. I will be the first to do this. I will be the first to do that. I even was the first to do many things, but it was on a smaller scale, and people was copying me without knowing. And this was on a small scale as a young girl, but as a businesswoman, as a leader, this was very important because it proved that I was correct. So, little Rasha, don't be scared to be the first.
Thank you so much. That's so inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Trifena. Let me welcome Issa Musa from Niger.
Good morning. Issa. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Okay. Very fine. Okay, maybe this is not the occasion to thank you for inviting me the other time at Dubai. It was the first time I went to Dubai. It was very exciting.
Thank you. I hope that you benefited from the session and the training session.
Yeah. I participated, learned so many things.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if I could ask you a question about all the countries you're visiting. Can you please tell us the country you visited recently and what did you like the most there?
The last country I visited was India, but the one before that, straight away, was Zimbabwe and Zambia. This was my last trip, and I loved so much the people, warmth, actually the organization skills, and everything was on time. The first lady of Zimbabwe, which is my long-term partner and friend, and Dr. Oxella, and ambassador of Merck Foundation More Than a Mother, was amazingly organizing the event of launching of our program, because we started the program during Corona, and it was never launched in Zimbabwe because of the travel constriction. So we had done the launch of existing program that we run together, but also celebrating a milestone of success and meeting all the Merck Foundation alumni in Zimbabwe was amazing, but also in Zambia. Meeting them also was extremely inspiring and outstanding. And also meeting the new First Lady in Zambia to start our partnership was also an amazing experience. So I love that, and I want to go back to Zambia to launch our program, because as I said, we start only the introduction and the partnership, but we need to launch our program. So you might see me soon in Zambia. I love it very much, Zambia and Zimbabwe. Of course, in India, it's a different story. It's not Africa, but it's also a place that I found a lot of support in our scholarships, especially in oncology, fertility, and embryology. And I've been traveling there from 2013 to start our programs and so on. So it's also been 4 years I did not go to India, so it was the first time to go to Mumbai, and it was a surprise for me for also my award of honoris causa of the doctorate of letters.
Wow, that's incredible, Dr. Rasha. Wow. It was taking time to sink in. It was just taking time to sink in. Wow, that's incredible. Let's, gentlemen, please continue.
Time to sink in because of the countries, or time to sink in because of the feedback, or you were busy in something else?
Everything. Okay. I think I am quite fascinated, and I've told you before that you have energy for days. And I have seen you, like you're a very high performer. And I wonder, and this is a question also that came from social media, what is the one thing that makes you upset?
When, of course, as anyone else, when something you expected to be done in a certain way, and you explain so much that these things need to be done in a certain way, and this and this and this, and you find everything is not on the right track. This makes me very much upset and maybe anxious and awake at night, because I expect, as usual, it's an equation. When you do things in the right way all the time, the result expectation and result should be success and should be okay. When it doesn't happen and you see that maybe something has done wrong in the way, in the process, you have to go through it again, and this makes me upset because it wastes time, it wastes effort, and most probably it will be a failure or something wrong during the work on the process in the team. So this makes us go back, and instead of going forward. And when you go back instead of going forward, this makes me very upset, because I feel we're losing time and effort and resources that can help more people, because someone didn't do the right job somehow, or either by ignorance or by incompetence or by laziness or whatever. This makes me upset because I'm very assertive in my management style.
Yeah, so now I know. Now it makes sense the times you've told me, Brian, yalla.
Yeah, time is important. Time is money. Time is money. Time is important.
Absolutely.
Time is life of people. Time is everything that if everyone take care of his or her time, the world will be better. This definitely. Time is money. That's it.
Time is money. That's absolutely true.
Doutora Rasha, muito obrigado por estar neste fórum. É um prazer enorme Moçambique representar neste encontro. A minha pergunta é dos programas existentes na Fundação, qual é que está dentro do coração dela e por quê? Muito obrigado.
The closest program to my heart is the first one we started with More Than a Mother campaign, because it's a signature campaign. It was very emotional, and it is also infertility was ignored and not served properly, not understood properly. It was something that people think it's a luxury thing, and you don't know the social dimension of it, how the stigma can affect the life of women, how the stigma can affect and make a pressure on married couples, and also how in male infertility is 50% of the causes of infertility was totally not known in Africa, and how is we should actually encourage men and support them and to speak openly about their infertility and support their wives to have a happy family. There was no local expert of infertility or embryology to help the infertile couples, even with a small little intervention, to start their happy family. So there was a lot of things that it is can be worked on with different invention and interventions that this can really make a change and quickly. And I felt that I can do it. That I felt that I can make a change and quickly, not in 100 years. We can actually, with the right strategy and the consistency, create a culture shift to break the stigma of infertility and empower infertile women through access to health, information, education, and a change of mindset and economic empowerment. So Merck Foundation More Than a Mother campaign was the closest to my heart as a woman, as an African woman, as the CEO of Merck Foundation. But also I like the other programs. For example, also Cancer Access Program, where we are training the first oncologist in Africa. Nobody else has done this before, never. And this was also close to my heart because it's transformed patients' lives, and very vulnerable patients that had no access to correct or quality treatment unless if they can't travel abroad in some countries, or they can travel very long way to the capital to get the treatment. So when we started this nationwide in each country, we give hope to people. We give something that is very precious to families, that to find someone to take care of their cancer, which was a death sentence for them. So this is also very, very close to my heart. But Brian, all the programs is like my children. I love them all the same.
All of them.
So yeah, I love them all the same. When I look at each one of them, I feel that if some people have benefited and they've changed their lives through one of the programs or one of the initiatives, then it is very close to my heart.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. And they are all really bring the desired impact. Dr. Chinedu, please come and ask your question.
Okay, good morning. Morning, Dr. Rasha.
Good morning.
So, Dr. Rasha Kelej, I'm very impressed with your profile and how much you've achieved so far. So my question focuses on personal mentorship. I would like you to be my mentor. Can you just explain more about this concept of personal mentorship? Because I really admire what you've done so far over the years and what you've done for me personally, being a Merck Foundation alumni. So just tell me more about personal mentorship. Thank you.
Of course, in my mentorship, like my leadership, I like to give examples. I like to lead by example. I like to do the things, and I never preach something I don't do. This is my mentorship. I give only the experience of my life and the things I have done wrong. For you, maybe it will not work with you as well. But you have to understand, and I understand, people are different, and people are different skills, different weakness, different strengths, and also different environment and different background. And maybe the things that I done fit with you or doesn't fit. I am open to this in my mentorship. The only things I am careful of, to be honest, and to give you the what I call it, the exer of my experience, how I achieved what I achieved, what I've done, what I didn't do. And of course, you take this and tailor it to your life and to your situation and to your environment. And of course, to look at the things from helicopter view. For example, if you tell me something, a situation or something that you don't know what to do in it, because I'm outside the circle of your life or your problem, I can see maybe the things in a different way, so I can help you in a different way. But when someone is inside the circle, even myself, you can't see everything. So this is very important. The mentors has to be also have the helicopter view of the whole situation. So I can give you the things that you don't see because you are inside. So this is how I will do, and I'm doing my mentorship in general.
Thank you. And Chinedu, I don't know if Dr. Rasha will find the time to mentor you one day, but I definitely.
No, of course, we have the mentorship because I can. I can mentorship, which I already had launched last year. And we selected the mentees out of this. I selected them, and of course I will launch this again, and definitely, yeah.
Awesome, that's great news. That's fantastic. Thank you again. I see you in the chat, Kinlat. Thank you so much for joining. You're tuning in from Myanmar. Oh, that's incredible. Saying greetings to all. I see Dr. Panja from Zambia is also in. Professor Sylvester from Burundi is also on. Kadima Ntumba from the DRC, thank you so much for tuning in. Dr. Rasha, I want to welcome Welisane Mokwe, who is a journalist from Cameroon.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Dr. Rasha. Happy to see you.
How are you, my dear?
I'm fine, thank you. So I want to thank you, first of all, for the opportunity to come into this space and be able to get a deeper insight into your life. I met Dr. Rasha 6 years ago, and I was a journalist at the time. And ever since then, she has proven to us that women and girls can be anything, no limit. So when I came back to Cameroon, I started to work on gender advocacy, and also I became a diplomat. So thanks for inspiring us and making us dream as young girls and women. And I'm also happy to join the ICANN mentorship program, which was launched last year. We're looking forward to start. We can't wait. So my question to you is, can you tell us about a particular memorable moment in your career? I know you have so much experience and memories, but which one can you talk about when you wake up from sleep?
I just remember something. Just when you said the most memorable moment, the first things come to my mind is when I was in Uganda and we're doing the empowerment program for women living with infertility, and we give chicken farms, cows, plows, restaurants, like equipment, so they can do catering and so on, and this transformed their life totally, becomes very strong, very independent. When I went to see them, Brian, with Honorable Minister Sarah Obendi, which is was the Minister of Health then, they gave me a chicken as a gift. So I have to take it with me. So I said, oh, it's lovely and everything, but I have to travel, and they insist that I take it with me in the car. and also 6 eggs like that, you know. So I said, oh my God, what I'm going to do, it's really lovely chicken and so on. And I had a picture and I put it on the social media and I said, this is the most precious and valuable gift I received all my life. And then I was surprised. My husband answered and he said, thank you. You tell me now what I get you in your next birthday. So I said, oh, you buy me chicken as well. So I said, no, it's not for you. So it was really lovely. So
that's a good way to save on birthday presents. Yeah. Thank you, Elisadi. And we can't wait to come to Cameroon and experience the country. Mr. Maloba Dogs Minon, please ask your question.
D'accord. Je suis Doudou Maloba de la République démocratique du Congo. J'ai suivi jusque-là avec beaucoup d'intérêt les différentes questions qui ont été posées et même les réponses accordées à ces questions par la sénatrice, mais qui a parlé à un certain moment du mentorat. Je voudrais un peu revenir là-dessus pour que le docteur nous dise clairement si elle a de manière concrète eu des mentors dans sa vie et si oui, comment ces mentors l'ont pu influencer de manière assez concrète.
Look, I was very lucky also to be mentored by, if you know him, Professor Frank Stangenberg-Haverkamp, the chairman of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees and also the chairman of the executive board of Merck. Since we started working together in 2012, and he was of course mentoring me and guiding me in, I believe the guidance and the mentorship should be indirect. Not just you have to do this, you have to do that. He always mentored me with stories. He gave me examples of his life or things that he'd seen and how the people should do or what not to do. This was very important because in the beginning also my work was very challenging, was very full of obstacles because we were leading the way. Again, as I said, I was the first in maybe many companies and many organizations to do things beyond the donation, to make a capacity building programs, to manage it properly and to help Africa to help themselves instead of donation and charity traditional way. And this was new for many people. And to do it by yourself, not an under umbrella of WHO or UN or whatever, was also very challenging. But he was very much supportive, and I think this is the best mentorship that can person have. Makes my life much easier, give me experience of many years of his years without going through these years by myself. And this is very important. The mentorship is very important because it gives you, when it's honest mentorship, it gives you experience of years of this person. You don't have to undergo and go around all these challenges and work these years to get this mentorship. So it should elevate and lift you up. And this is what happened with me.
J'ai compris, je venais d'avoir les réponses à la question. Ça m'a beaucoup satisfait. Je pense que je vais copier aussi ce modèle. Merci.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and Dr. Rasha.
Good afternoon.
I'm Jonathan Pasungwi from Malawi, the home heart of Africa. My question is to do with you are working. You work so closely with the many African first ladies. So maybe which of your programs do these first ladies appreciate most? That's my question, Madam. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think they love all the programs. It depends on each first lady actually and her priority and her office strategy. Some of them appreciate more than a mother very much the best one, including with the capacity building and training the doctors and so on, and they take it forward in their countries because the problem is more magnified there. Some of them like very much educating Linda program and education of the school girls and all the initiatives around it, because they are fitting and very much fitting with their strategy, their own strategy of education and educating girls specifically and ending child marriage. Like for example in Angola and Malawi, and some of them like the capacity building of training the doctors in general in 32 critical and underserved specialties, like for example the Gambia and Sierra Leone, Liberia as well. And of course, what else? But again, they all work with the same level and engagement in all the programs. But we're talking about what is closest to the person heart more. This is what I believe. But of course, I mean, or I notice, but it might be even different. It might be something else. Some other program are more closer to the heart than, but I'm just talking about my observation.
Maybe lastly, I just wanted to thank Merck Foundation and your leadership for inviting me to attend the 9th edition of
Thank you
Merck Foundation.
very much. I hope that you benefited from it as well.
Exactly. I benefited a lot.
Next time we are inviting in another group of media representatives, so specifically from our winners and so on. Every year we are inviting a different group, and the rest will be joining online and so on.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rasha.
Thank you.
Dr. Rasha, the next question has been asked literally by everyone, and everyone is interested to know how such a successful lady can manage multiple roles at work along with a crazy personal life. How do you do this?
I know this question has been asked to me every time and everywhere. In fact, it is not like something you can write. It's just, again, based on or rely very much on your passion. Look, if you have a passion to do something and you like to do it, you always have this, what I call it, work-life fusion. Not work-life balance. Work-life balance is an old thing now. The people now talk about or adopt the work-life fusion, which I very much found myself doing it without even reading about it since long time. And when I read about it, I said, oh my God, this is what I'm doing. So exactly. So it doesn't have to be your work separate than life and your life separate than your work. If you love what you're doing, you will be living your life in the house with your family, and you're still working, answering phones, writing emails, writing things, commenting on social media, doing this. And if you also interested and very appreciate your family and your things, you will be also doing your family while you're working in the office and so on. So it is not from 8 to 5 and that's it. No, I work 24/7 all the years, but my life and work is fused together. So I think this is the best thing. Don't just look at your work that I finished my work, oof, I'm going now to my life. This is not a prescription for success. You should love your work, and wherever you go, even your holiday, you work with you because you love it and you want to be something in it, and so on. And also that life with the work. Right.
In fact, someone once said that it is not even a work-life balance. It is a work-life choice. When you choose to do something, you do it with all your heart. When you do the next one, you do it with all your heart. So it makes a lot of sense. But I can imagine the heavy lifting you have to do to just make sure that everything works out. We absolutely appreciate you. Ndikumana Sudi, please come and ask your question.
Dr. Ndikumana Sudi, Merck Foundation alumni from Burundi.
I couldn't see the rest of the name. Dr. Studi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
Yeah. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Personally, I'm among those young professionals who benefited from the Merck Foundation programs, where we can usually make a testimony. And then my question is raising from the experience we are living from these programs, headed by Dr. Rasha Kelej. When I see the program about Merck Foundation around Africa, worldwide, according to the healthcare system. So my question is, Dr. Rasha, can you tell us about your leadership style? Because there is a different leadership styles. So which style have you taken off and then you are working with? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Studi. Okay, so my leadership style is, I think, lead with example and inspirational, but also situational. So I change my leadership style according to the situation I am in and that stage we are in. So it needs agility, and it needs to be alert to where are you dealing with, which place you are in, which stage you are in, and the time, if it is critical. And for example, like a disaster, you have to manage a crisis. So you have to be very much quickly and autocratic. That you decide, you lead, you take the steering wheel, and you just go, because time is very important and critical in that situation. When there is a luxury of time and you're deciding and planning, then you take it as a democratic style, and take opinions, and you take things and you just choose the best things, and so because you have luxury of time, you're planning for example, long term and so on. So there's no need to be so assertive and so autocratic. But in general, it has to be very much inspirational, and inspiration comes only with, not by talk, by leading with example. When they see you doing the same things you are doing, you see how you deal with problems, how you have your set of values, and either work values or ethical values, which is very, very important. So it's very complicated. My leadership style is very complicated, and there's not one style, but I believe this is the right thing. I mean, I believe that you do not have to be the same personality even in all the situation with everyone.
Thank you so much for these answers. And then I can pray for you much blessings and all the Merck Foundation program makers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Rita Chomba de la République démocratique du Congo. Je suis très ravie de faire ce direct avec vous, Dr. Rasha. Vous êtes un modèle pour beaucoup de femmes, particulièrement pour moi. Vous dégagez beaucoup d'aura, donc qui donne vraiment beaucoup d'inspiration. Donc, j'aimerais être comme vous, c'est ça. Alors, mes questions, j'ai deux petites questions. La première, c'est par rapport à... J'ai vu que vous faites beaucoup d'activités pour l'Afrique. Vous avez fait beaucoup. Et ma question est de savoir, quel est votre rêve le plus cher pour l'Afrique? Parce que là...
My only dream was for Africa, and from the start of my work and start realizing Africa's needs and challenges, that everyone in Africa has access to education and to health. Every single one in Africa has access to health and education, because I believe health and education is the only strategy that can lead and lead to evolution in economic and social development in Africa. And if we all focus on these two things and forget everything else, we'll achieve something. But it has to have, of course, this strategy of education and health has to have a lot of collaboration between private and sector and public sector and different countries, and not to dilute the whole programs and so on with many things. If we focus only health and education for some time, it will completely transform people's lives and economic and social development of Africa, our beloved continent.
Et des savoirs. Je vous vois toujours avec des hauts talents et je demande comment vous faites pour être si à l'aise, confortable. Donc, beaucoup de femmes n'y arrivent pas. Donc, c'est quoi votre secret? Merci.
I don't know. I think because I used to high heels since I was very little, and like when I was young girl, and I always was wearing high heels. Now it's less than I used to do before, but also because I used to it. You know, if you used to something, doing it every day, it would be very easy for you to do it. It's muscle, your muscle, even for gym or exercise, if you exercise every day, single muscle, it will be stronger by the years. So I think it's because I used to it. So if you want to wear high heels so much, you start wearing it 1 hour every day, rigorously, and then increase 2 hours and so on until you get used to it.
Just to practice, you can start by practice.
But I love high heels. I feel high heels is very feminine, and also it's like giving you a certain posture, which is it's not about the height, it's about the posture that they give you. The high heel give you that. It's a little bit feminine, you know. I love it.
Oh, interesting. And I must say, Dr. Rasha, they are very classy. They look so nice. So,
thank you.
Yeah, they're always. I'm always thinking.
I love shoes. Yeah, this is my my guilty pleasure, shoes.
That's your poison. And every time when I get the chance to be with you, every time I see you in the high heels, I take a picture and I send to my wife. I'm like,
Yeah, she has all my collection now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to welcome Felix Fatsani Maseko. Felix Fatsani Maseko. Please ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Dr. Rasha.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, indeed, I'm Felix Maseko from Malawi, and I'm one of the beneficiaries under Merck Foundation who went to do clinical embryology in India. That was last year. I have a question here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, looking at your ambitions and aspirations, it's like you have had to achieve a lot of things, but maybe time and effort maybe is a challenge. So my question is, what if one day you could have a superpower for just a day?
Yeah.
What would you want it to be like, and how would you use it? Just for a day, a superpower. Maybe you have 4 hands. You have, you know. How would you use it?
Yeah. Never thought about this before, but I think that I will look at the challenges I have in my life, and I would like to have superpower in it. First one comes to my mind: teleportation, because I want to be moving between places quickly, between countries in seconds, so I don't have time in traveling in the airport and flying and cars, and so I go from place to place. Teleportation is very important, so this will save a lot of time. But this teleportation should be accompanied by something else, which is 2 things: healing power. So I want to have a teleportation with the healing power, so I can heal everyone in pain or have a disease, and also healing their mind. So if they are very much wanted to make a war or fight or anger or whatever, so to turn the world to a peaceful, healthy place. So teleportation with healing powers, it would be my best things, including me. I want to heal myself as well. Sometimes when I have any stomach ache or whatever, I heal myself and I heal the people I love and I heal everyone. But I need time and effort, and this can be by the teleportation. So I hope that this will happen.
Wow, thank you very much.
Wow, that's an interesting answer. I don't know if I've thought about what superpower I want to have. I wonder for each one of us, if we had that superpower, what would it be? Type it in the chat for me and tell me if you had a superpower, what would it be? Because all of us are doing all these things in our communities. Some of you are literally the first in your countries to be the specialists, but you can't do, the entire country. If you had that one superpower, what would it be? I'll definitely take a look at the chat and read some of your comments. Let me welcome Rosemat.
Brian, before you call Rosemat, did you notice that even when I choose my power, my supernatural power, I focus very much on time. Also time, always time.
Yes.
In teleportation to save time, because time is money, time is effort. It's here.
Time and good health. I see all your superpowers have time and good health. Fantastic. Rosemat from DRC, go ahead.
Je vous parle depuis la République démocratique du Congo, dans la ville de Goma.
1 minute, Rosemary.
Oui, en province du Nord Kivu, il y a l'insécurité, il y a la guerre avec l'agression rwandaise au pays. Mais je suis quand même ravie de faire partie de cet échange au cours de laquelle je voudrais poser ma question. Docteur Rasha, envisagez-vous d'offrir aux professionnels de médias des opportunités telles que de bourses d'études, de recommandations des stages dans les agences de presse internationales pour soutenir ces professionnels de médias dans leur travail quotidien?
We have already a mentorship online, which is a masterclass that we give you access to it for 1 year, which has all the experience of media work and even writing a short story, long story, direct a movie, make a photo shoot. It's a very, very rich website that has a masterclass, and we give it to all the winners of our awards. And please have a look at it. If you are one of our winners, I'm not sure, are you one of our winners? If you are one of our winners, you will have access to this master class. It's very, very unique and very helpful. More than any scholarship. Hello? So have a look at it. I myself benefit from it. I actually access it all the time and learn from it. It helps me even in directing our Africa by Merck Foundation TV show and writing script and photo and montage and editing. It was very helpful. I learned a lot from it.
Bom dia, doutora.
Hello, good morning.
Estar aqui hoje.
Hi.
E ouvir essas experiências maravilhosas e também encorajadoras, entusiasmantes. Mas a minha questão hoje vai essencialmente, doutora Rasha, eu gostaria de saber qual é a sua opinião, sobre as mulheres africanas nestes programas todos de ciência, tecnologia, e engenharia que a Merck apoia, e também que poderíamos elevar ou então cada vez mais nestes programas. Então, muito obrigada.
Of course, they are underrepresented as we know, and also like the whole world, women are underrepresented in STEM, but more in Africa maybe because we have a very important bottleneck, which is girls' education and child marriage. So I always believe that we start with the base by empowering girls in education and ending child marriage, which we are doing through Educating Linda program, through our Africa TV by Merck Foundation, through our initiatives by advocacy building, raising awareness to end child marriage and support girls' education in many, many ways, as either through social media or our media interaction or with our ambassadors, which is more than 20 first ladies from Africa we're working with over the past 5 years. So all this will lead to continuation of education, and then after that they will also have more people, more girls in education that have more choices to be in STEM. We need, of course, to raise awareness about STEM, gives them a lot of role models of successful women that they are already excelling in science and technology or engineering and mathematics, which are many across the world and in our countries as well. We just need to highlight that so we can encourage them, but also we encourage their families and their communities that girls and boys are equal. Maybe girls is even more passionate and more successful in these areas. Actually, if you look at it as proportion wise, how many in STEM, boys and girls, the percentage of the women or excelling in STEM is higher than the percentage of boys. So it's even higher. So we need always to keep messaging this and keep hammering on these messages that women can excel, girls are very can excel in STEM as boys and even more. So we keep doing that. Of course, we will reach somehow. Of course, also some of the policies and the guidelines of each country, which are changing now. Like for example, Zambia now giving a very high penalty on child marriage, as well in Egypt, and girls' education, dropping of education is also considered against the law. All these things also will encourage families to do the right things and never do the wrong things of giving children to, or the girls to marriage early when they are kids. And the place of the girl is school and not in the wedding or home or a wife. So this is very, very important. So we hope that we will reach somehow, somewhere. In our program with the First Ladies, we provide scholarships and grants to girls to complete their education, especially when they are high performing and underprivileged. So this is also very, very important, and I think that this will help very much.
Muito obrigada, doutora.
But also, Brian, I forgot also that we are also providing the STEM program for women, and we have every year a competition to choose the best Merck Foundation Africa Research Summit Award winner for the best African female researcher, which is very, very, very important. We have also the best African young researchers, because we also like to encourage you. So this also award, we always have few women that is very excellent in their research. So we can select them as a winner and give them scholarships to improve even their capacity in research, scientific research. This year will be about infertility research. Last year it was oncology and women health. This year about infertility, reproductive care, and women health.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Rasha. I have Hannah.
Brian, still something else. The scholarships we provided, which is 1,470 scholarships for doctors, more than 50% of them for women. So it is also very important encouraging women to do their high education, and this is also encouraging them in STEM. So more than 600 something are scholarships for women doctors, which is very important. And of course, a master degree that they have, the second year, is all about research as well, scientific research. So it's a lot of things that we are doing. It's like in the spirit of everything we do, really.
Amazing. That's amazing. Doctor, I have Hannah Youngson from Sierra Leone. She's here.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So you're looking good in orange, and you earlier mentioned that you're wearing orange, which symbolizes GBV, which is gender-based violence. So how well have you reached out to African countries to eradicate it?
How well what?
Have you reached out to African countries to end the gender-based violence in Africa?
Am I exciting? I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Can you just repeat the last word? The last.
All right. So how well have you reached out to African countries to eradicate gender?
Yeah. Yes. Of course, in our working with the First Ladies and More Than a Mother campaign, we are addressing different social issues regarding women, not only the caused by infertility, but also encouraging women to stand up for themselves and empower them so they can have their education and then they can have their separate income, and this will make them aware of their rights and what to accept and what not. And of course, we have a direct campaign with the First Lady of Botswana to stop gender-based violence. And we had a competition for the best poster to have ideas how to stop gender-based violence. But we have also a storybook to educate children to respect their wives, the future wives, which called Not Who You Are. And also in our Africa TV program, we have certain episodes directly advocate against gender-based violence. So I think by advocacy and raising awareness, but on the top of all, insisting on having our girls educated. Education is the best strategy to stop gender-based violence. This is my thought. Education is the first and best strategy to end gender-based violence, because when women are educated, they know their rights, they know their value, they have their career, they have their future. And I think with the awareness and the message you try to reach to them, it makes sense to them when they are educated than it is when they are not educated. Because once you speak to them, they will not understand, because they have nothing else in their life except accepting the bad behavior of the husband or the family or whatever. But when they have their life and their education, they are more strong and independent.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Rasha.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Heidi.
Yes. Hello, good evening. It's 6 p.m. here in the Philippines.
Oh, so early.
So I am honored to
Thank you.
So I am honored to be part of this unique opportunity with you, Dr. Rasha.
Thank you.
My question is, are there future plans to expand projects of Merck Foundation in Asia?
Oh, yes, of course. It's already, we expanded to more than 9 countries at the moment. And we are planning, you will hear more in the next intake of scholarships. We had a lot of scholarships that we're providing to Asian doctors who applied for us through their societies. And of course, I want to focus on Asia or more on the scholarships and capacity building. For many reasons that I'll discuss later, maybe in another outlet, but I feel that this is very much will be more productive to the environment, Asian environment at the moment, that to help with the capacity building in different countries, especially in Southeast Asia. Yes, so I'll answer it yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Dr. Rasha.
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So I'm Dr. Horata Witness from Botswana. Yeah, I'm currently doing my master's in science and dermatology currently.
Fantastic.
Thank you. So firstly, I want to say thank you for being such an inspiration to an African girl child. Now you know that as women, we can do anything. Anything is possible. So my question is, in terms of Merck Foundation oncology program, I know you have said it before. So I just wanted to ask about how do you see the future of cancer treatment and cancer research evolving in Africa in the coming years? And also just to mention more about your experience and also if the program is doing as you were expected when you first initiated it. Thank you.
What is the beginning of the question? What is the initiative?
Yeah, in terms of the Merck Foundation oncology program.
Oncology
program. How do you see the future of cancer treatment and cancer research evolving in African region in this coming research?
Yes. It will actually start to improve anyway, because even with our efforts to provide scholarships, 110 scholarships for different super specialties and oncologists in 27 countries in Africa, it's adding a great value, because every doctor graduates, he goes to his country or his clinic or his hospital, see around 1,200 patients per month. These patients never had access to this treatment, either the whole treatment or the quality of this treatment, which is very specialized before. And if they don't have money to travel abroad, they don't get treatment. So the transformation already happened, because it was in many countries from 0 to something, and in other countries it was like 1 and become 10. So the improvement is already happening. We are continuing providing the scholarships to more and more doctors in Africa, and scholarships in oncology and subspecialties, and also nursing, so we can have a comprehensive multi-specialized team of cancer care in each country. So now we're going from training the first oncologist to become the first cancer access or cancer care team in many countries, including hematology technicians and nurses, which is very important. So I believe it will be great. I can't talk about the other initiatives because I have my opinion in them, because it was not there. I mean, I did not see oncologists before we started our program in Merck Foundation. So I don't know where these initiatives are and what they are doing in terms of maybe of donation of medicine. They do equipments, but what medicine and equipment you're gonna do with if you don't have that trained doctor to dispense this medicine or to use this machine? So I think it was really not the right strategy. So I think our strategy is very strong and the correct one, and it has already important impact, and it will have more. And I hope that people will imitate and copy us and do the same. So this is my opinion in cancer care in general.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hirata. Dr. Rasha, there's a question here from our social media platforms. Yes. And they are asking you, what's the one art form that you have always wanted to learn but never got time for?
What? Sorry?
That one art form that you have always wanted to learn, maybe a guitar or singing, or that one thing that you have, but you never got time to.
Yeah. I every time it has different things. I wanted very much to be able to direct a movie. This was one of the art forms I wanted, and now I can have the initial way of how to direct, because I directed many video clips for our songs, many of our songs. It was my direction, and also the TV program we've done, our Africa by Merck Foundation, and many of the testimonial videos of the African women we empowered through their lives with infertility from the start to the end. So I have similar idea, and primary, if I want to scale it and sharpen it after I retire, it will be very easy for me. I like now the story writing. I want to have this skill. I want to start to write my thoughts and diary and the things, and I think I have also the skill to sharpen this and start to do story writing and maybe a movie or something. So this is the types of art I want. I like very much fashion design, but I do it all my life, so I know how to do fashion design very much. But maybe if I could have a good voice, I will be able to sing. This could be also something, but I don't have a very good voice. But I have a very good ear for music. So I really know the right music and the good music and the catchy music and so on. So I can judge it and I can select good voices. I can be a star maker more than singing. So maybe if I have a good vocal, I can be singing our songs at the moment with our African singers. It would be nice.
Interesting. I also want to learn how to play drum here and the bass guitar. So I just play air bass guitar right now. So hopefully I'll be able to also create time and do that. Dr. Rasha, there's a question for you from Rebecca Sete from Ghana.
Okay, Rebecca.
Hi, good morning,
Hi.
everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity and congratulations, Doc.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, I must say it's very commendable how you work under the Educating Linda program as it supports the education of many young, talented African girls. But tell us more about it.
Actually, Educating Linda program is very basic program because it doesn't have, it's very, very basic, providing grants for school girls through our local partners to be able to continue their education. So it's very simple. It doesn't have anything, but I try to be creative in it more by also providing the awareness and the advocacy building. So we, beside this program, we had created a lot of songs that can be aired on TVs and radios. Actually, we donated these songs to the TVs and radios, and it will be aired very soon about educating girls. Girls Can, and also Girls Can in Portuguese by a Portuguese singer whose name is Hot Place from Mozambique. Girls Can by Irene from Liberia and Kwesi from Ghana. We had Superwoman. We have Not Like Them by Kenneth from Uganda, Kenneth Mugabe from Uganda, which is a fantastic song with a video clip that has really a nice story. And also Back to School, I Want to Be Back to School by Wizzy from Zambia. You see that we have a lot of collaboration between us and artists and song makers, so we can raise awareness and change a culture about education and empower girls and encourage the community to support them. But also storybooks, Educating Linda, Jacqueline Rescue, Ride into the Future, all these songs you see here, for example, all these storybooks, like for example, this is Jacqueline Rescue, okay? This is a story. This is Ride into the Future. All these stories are very, very important to support girls' education, but also create a culture shift for children since they are from young age, which is very important if you want to make a difference to reach children when they are younger.
Yeah.
So this is very important. So things like that. It's I think our Africa TV show. There is also the award about the songs and media recognition award, film award, and fashion award about empowering girls in education and ending child marriage, which is also very important. most of our episodes in our Africa by Merck Foundation about supporting girls' education. So you see, I'm trying to be innovative and creating a new tools to create a culture shift and clean the mind and create a culture shift that it can change the perception of girls in education. Hello?
Always looking beautiful and ravishing.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Ijeoma from Nigeria. I'm a journalist.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, same here. So you have been using some very unconventional ways to raise awareness about pressing social and health issues. Can you tell us how you think of this idea?
Yeah, so I usually look at the challenge and the nature of the communities you want to influence. So, and since I am African as well, and I have the same nature inside, that what I like to hear and what is the tools or the media kind that I want to, can influence me. So usually, if someone tell you don't do this is the numbers, this is the data, it will not affect you because we are at the end human being, an emotional and social being. So it will just, maybe you take it in your mind, but it will not influence you, especially if, for example, it's not your field or you're not top educated person or so on, and you have overwhelmed with too many things, you don't want to hear this. I always believe that the indirect message does come in a vibrant and more entertaining way that can affect you more and affect your subconscious. So based on that, I started to create my ideas to the things I feel that the people love. And for example, I know that everyone in Africa loves fashion. They love songs and they sing, and even if they have a different job, they are always like music and sing and so on. For example, we have first ladies of they can sing and they write songs and music. The daughters of presidents, like the daughter of the president of Burundi, the president of Liberia, he has already composed a song and wrote a song and sang it himself and dedicated to Merck Foundation More Than a Mother through his wife, the ambassador of Merck More Than a Mother. Things like that, for example, films and movies and storybooks for children. So I always look at what influenced me as a person, and I said, okay, let us put our messages into this. I collaborate, of course, with a very, very nice, talented young artists from Africa, different countries, different language, and we work together.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And some of the music is actually very interesting. Like, I'll never forget Who for the Sea from Mozambique. Very nice music. And you can watch more of it in our Africa TV.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Kudakwashe Pembere from Zimbabwe. Thank you for providing me this opportunity to speak with you. Yes, I love the part where you say that you shouldn't let things affect your subconscious mind, and it's some of the things I'm reading nowadays about the subconscious mind. Thank you so much, Dr. Kelej. So my question, I wrote it somewhere, please pardon me. We're having the workshops you do conducted during each episode of our Africa TV program. Please tell us more about the Rasha Kelej design.
Yeah, I said before I love fashion, and I decided to do some my designs that is casual wear for myself, to write the messages I want to address and advocate for. So walk the talk. So not wear the talk. Wear the talk. So I decided to do this design with the messages that I want. For example, I am a girl, not a bride. This is for support girls' education. No to infertility stigma. I am more than a mother. End child marriage. Girls, educated girls can change the world. Educate me and change the world. 50% it takes a man and a woman to have a child. All these messages, I write it in a different vibrant t-shirts or shirts or designs with a different font type, with embroidery and things, and I wear it when I'm going to school, when I'm going to, not school, but I'm saying to people, even when they go to school, they can wear it. When I'm going to supermarket or coffee shop or meeting my friends, or even sometimes at work, traveling within the airport. So people ask me, what is this? And we start to open a dialogue. So I wanted to show the little girls and the young girls that are seeing us that you can do your own thing and you can do your own design. You don't have to wear a Valentino monogram over your body and over your dress, or Christian Dior or whatever, and you wear what you write, what you think of on your clothes, not just to be advertisement board for big brands. So this is it. So I wanted to have this in their mind, and of course utilizing this in the advocacy on the social media, because it's attractive and vibrant as well, and in the days of advocacy of certain days and certain topics.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rasha. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, Dr. Rasha, from social media, and some of them are also my questions. Number one, do you watch movies anyway? Do you have the time to even watch movies?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite actor?
Look, I have something I used to do from when I was young and studying in school. I like always to have background of things while I'm studying, while I'm doing work and so on. This is the way I can focus, because if it's very quiet, I lose my focus. I don't know if this is, some people like this, like me. So for example, I put a radio on or a TV on and I do my work and my studying. So always I have to have access to good movies. I like very much fantasy, science fiction, things that is out of the world, which is full of creativity. And for example, I am best fan of Lord of the Rings and Harry Potters and Hobbits and this type of movies, because it takes you away from the reality and fill you of creativity. I like all the mummies and the things that it is speaking about the pharaohs, since I'm Egyptian and so on, and all these secrets and lost civilization, and dealing with the fingerprint of the lost civilization, that it is different kind than the civilization we are in now. Not this type of technology and memory chips and mobiles, but the different type of civilization. I like to get lost in these things and let my mind create and imagine and reimagine things that we have now in a different way since a long time.
Okay, I have seen you also work with so many colors, like you have used every color in what you dress, even with some of the things we do in Africa, in our Africa tradition. So you like blending so many colors. What actually is your favorite color?
Blue. I like blue very much. Yeah. I like blue is always my first choice when I want to do anything fast, and I like blue very much. With all types of blue. Yeah.
Right.
Starting with the right. Yeah.
And designer?
Designer, I don't have designers. No.
You
I don't have a favorite designer.
African designer.
I like very much African designers, but I like also the designer the things that I like, and not the designer name. And I can use something that I not know even who designed it, but because I like it and fits me and nice color, I can. But I'm not very much after designers and names and monograms. I am not. I don't like even to buy anything that have a designer name on it. I feel it's tacky. Very much. So I always look if there's a big design name and all this, never to wear. It's a very low class for me. I don't. Just has to be no name, no designers, nothing. A designer can be in the back, nobody see.
As long as the shoe is great. Tell us about the shoe collection. And Blessing was also asking about your shoes. Like, your shoe collection is just incredible.
As I said, it's my guilty pleasure, shoes. I love shoes, and I'm collecting them since I was so young. I don't throw them away. I always maintain them and take them to the shop to refurbish them and make them again, and the fashion come back always. So I don't just use the shoes and throw it away. I renew it always and recycle them. So that's why it seems that too many, because if you buy certain shoes every year and then throw them away and buy new one, you will never have. But I always have in mind, I use them perfectly, I keep them nice, and I refurbish them to make them new again when they get older. So that's why I have too many.
That's awesome. I've always wondered, a person like you who is so busy, when you get the time to rest and go away for a holiday, where do you go? Do you have a favorite holiday spot?
No, I don't have. I like very much to stay at home when I am in holiday, very much, because I travel a lot, so I just don't want to travel anymore to go to any place. So this is my holiday and my pleasure to be at home looking in the ceiling and do nothing. But this is very much and also have access to my emails and mobiles when I want. So the work-life fusion, this is my best thing I like. But I have to have 8 hours every day sleep. This is a rest. It's very important and very critical to keep your energy. So the sleep is religious for me. It has to have it. The holidays is not so much. I can spend a holiday while I'm working, but also holiday, which is the work-life fusion. I can travel or not. It doesn't make any difference for me at all. I like to the holiday is for me to clear my mind. That's it. Not to just go around and jump everywhere. No.
I find this very fascinating, that you're not the kind who would go away to Bali or Maldives.
No, I never been to Bali or Maldives. I don't know. I've never been there.
What?
Wallahi, I never been there.
I think we are so many on this call who are like, wow, this is incredible.
I didn't know. I just see them in pictures on YouTube, but I don't know.
I want to give an opportunity to 3 people, Doctor, to ask you some questions. Let me start with Dr. Safwan Mukson from Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Dr. Safwan. How are you?
And good morning, everyone. I am Safwan Mukson from Sierra Leone. I am honored for the opportunity provided for me. Doctor, my question here is, infertility stigma has been a serious issue in the world, Africa to be specific. My question here is, has your battle on infertility stigma yielded a positive results? And how do you think the young generation will be more sensitive to this issue?
Okay. Very much successful, because we had a concrete results. More than 500 scholarships being provided to infertility specialists, embryologists, and reproductive and sexual care, and even psychology to manage the stigma of infertility, urology to manage male infertility, and all this for doctors from 50 countries. So 50 countries? Yes, 50 countries. So it's, most of them, like 35 of them, 37 are from Africa. So it's a huge number, and it's nationwide. We select doctors with the First Lady's offices and ministries of health in public sectors, mostly in across the country, so nationwide, not only from the capitals. So of course, these doctors, as you know, Dr. Safwan, you helped a lot of infertile couples that never had access in Sierra Leone to any local doctors before. And all the doctors we are training in Sierra Leone and in other countries, the same. So these improve and transform a condition, an issue, and stigma. Nobody pay attention to it because most of the global health focus on what? Focus on communicable diseases. So they never have attention to it because they think also Africa is overpopulated and it's not a serious problem and so on. But we believe the opposite. We believe that it's very critical and has a very effect on the fabric of the society. And it is very high incidence, because 1 out of 4 couples are infertile in Africa, so high incidence. And most of it can be prevented because 85% of it due to untreated infectious diseases that caused by what? By child marriage, FGM, genital mutation, and sexual infection, and so on, that it can affect the girls since young age, and it's silent, and then cause the dissolving totally of reproductive system when they are in reproductive time. So we can really make a prevention campaign. We can also, when educate the doctors, can give that even small intervention they didn't have access to it. So all this change. So if you multiply this 400, 500 scholarships, but everyone can see around 1,000 patients every month, this is a huge transformation in our countries and our communities. In addition back to all the community awareness, the media trainings that educate media, and you attended a lot of them to educate media scientific facts about infertility and the male infertility, and of course a huge transformation. If we continue another 10 years, I think this will be completely transformed. If you Google infertility in Africa in 2015, when I Google infertility in Africa, I find only one link. Now, if you write infertility in Africa, you find pages and pages and pages of coverage of media and doctors who open IVF centers in their countries and their communities and so on. Even the First Lady of Burundi, she opened the first public IVF in Burundi. Can you imagine that? We helped train the first public IVF in Ethiopia, the staff, and in Rwanda, the staff of Rwanda, and Niger, they have first IVF center. So this is great achievement. Nobody believed that it can be achieved. So I'm very proud of it, but it's not ending here. It's only a huge milestone, but still other milestones to come.
Thank you so much, Dr. Safwan. Let me now welcome Godfrey Della Duve, who is one of our winners, the Film Awards from Ghana. Della Duve.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
Hi. So, first of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm especially grateful that I get to finally talk to you on a video call like this. My question is, how did you overcome some of the most challenging obstacles you faced during? How do you overcome some of the most challenging obstacles you face within your professional journey, as in developing your foundation and everything that you've achieved so far? How do you overcome all the obstacles?
The obstacles I overcome? Yes. By never give up, never lose my passion because I have a very big passion on what I'm doing, and self-confidence, and confident that when you keep doing the right things over and over, persistence and consistency, and never accept no for an answer, never. So it's always happened. I mean, there's a lot of things I have done, and not from the first time. I always, for example, say no. I repeat, because I believe that it's the right things to do, and no, it's only misunderstanding or not having common interest. So I try to find a common value and a mutual value that and be serious and always gain the trust. So the trust always take time. Therefore, I said always time is money. Time for me is very important. So if I achieve a good results to gain the success in a shorter time, I get access to what I want to achieve in our mission. So therefore, it's a circle, vicious circle, and not lose the passion because you repeat to doing everything again and again, and maybe you don't have a result. So until you get the result. So passion is very important.
Hi, Dr. Rasha.
Hi.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I would like to know how the First Lady and Minister of Health can get to partner with Merck Foundation.
We need only the contact, I need some connection with them, and we will start immediately the partnership. So if you have the connection and contact, we can talk offline and we can start immediately.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maybe we can offline. I'll give a contact.
Very good.
Okay, Dr. Rasha, I want to invite people. Just put up your hand and ask your question, and then we'll allow you to go back to your assignments. If you want to ask a question, in case I haven't called your name, please just raise your hand and I'll be able to seek you out. I don't know if some of you have had the opportunity to ask already. I see Alphonse. Alphonse, are you there? Alphonse, you asked the question. Dr. Otenga. Dr. Otenga?
Yes?
Your hand is up.
There is 4 hands, as you can see.
Okay. Alphonse, I see you've unmuted your mic. Please.
Hello?
Please ask. Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes?
Go ahead, Alphonse.
I can see you. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Ok, d'accord.
Morning.
Je vois que... Oui, bonjour. Vous avez parlé du style tout à l'heure et puis vous avez dit que vous transmettez des messages à travers votre habillement. Donc, ça fait partie de l'art. Donc, vous avez travaillé tout récemment avec des artistes, musiciens talentueux au premier plan en Afrique pour les chansons de Beck. Est-ce que parmi les chansons produites par Merck Foundation, vous avez un artiste préféré?
I like them very much, all of them actually, because otherwise I would not work with them. They all have special thing about their voice or personality and their popularity in their country. But if you notice that I collaborate very much with Kwesi, because when we work on the lyrics, he puts the lyrics and the music himself. So we can work on this quickly, and it is he always adapts to also my view in the video clip or in the music, because he changed the music according to what I see as well, and also the lyrics. So we can work very much in a very compatible teamwork, and he know how to implement my ideas very much. But I like very much to work with all of them, like Kwesi and Kenneth from Uganda and Kwesi from Zambia. They are amazing, and they have fantastic voices and music. And if you listen to the song that they do. I also like Laura from Mauritius. I worked with her in French, and it was really adaptive also to my views in diabetes song, which we translated to French. I like also Blaise from Mozambique. So all of them I really like. I like the 12 singers. We sang the music of My White Army for coronavirus to support medical staff, and they sang in three language, Arabic, English, and French, and 11 singers from 11 countries. We done it online, distance song, even the video clips and everything. So I like all of them. Hello.
I'm Dr. Ompa Musia from South Africa. I'm pleased to meet you.
Hi, pleased to meet you too.
Yes, I have one question for you.
Yes.
What is the best advice that you've ever received?
To be myself. To be myself. Actually, in the parts where you know yourself and you want to be the first, as I said, to do things that you feel that it's right, and you want to be the first who done this, the first who go to this place, the first who, for example, have the strategy of capacity building in the company you're working for, the first woman who does this, and so on. So you have very much to be yourself. Don't just be a copy of other people, because then you lose your genuinity. And I received this advice from a friend in Uganda. I used to feel that to be a businesswoman, I have to wear gray, black, and brown. So every time I go to visit her, I go in a black or gray or brown. She said, "Who's dying? I mean, why why are you coming to me with these colors?" I said, because I want, no, wear your colors. We are African women. We have to wear our colors and everything. We are strong. She was a minister. So, and then I start to wear colors and to be myself. And with that, I become myself. I actually became myself when I'm an African woman more than I am Arabic or Middle Eastern woman. So I felt myself belonged to Africa more than I belong to Middle East or Arabic world. So I become myself. Myself was inside me, African woman, colorful, vibrant, full of talents, beautiful, loud, and emotional, and all this. And then I became successful because I became myself. Because you are not a copy of anyone, you've been genuine, and then I start my success story. And this is, I think, the best advice I had. Hi, Cecilia.
Go ahead, Cecilia.
Yeah, I'm here. This is Cecilia.
Yes. Go ahead, Cecilia.
I know. Thank you for your fashion spirit. It is great.
Thank you.
I saw it when I got to Dubai. Okay, one question, yeah. And it's memorable. So yes, one question that I think it's been repeated, but I just want to get it over from my end is that, why are you so passionate about girls' education and the abolition of FGM?
Because I put myself in their place. It's important to be educated. If I don't have access to my education, where I will be now? I imagine that. And then I know that the best resource I had in my life is education and health, I said as well. So this is very, very important. So I'm passionate about girls' education because they are underrepresented, and they're not taking the rights in education, and also they being given to child marriage as brides, unfair, should stop. It's not equal opportunity between the girls and the boys, the sisters and the brothers. So this has to stop. Put myself in their shoes. I will be nowhere. I will be no one. So I know that there's a lot of potential in these girls to be like me and like you and better than us. So why we don't give them this opportunity? So it's unfair. Nobody can stand for them because they are little. So we need to, as women who had this opportunity, to stand by them and try to save as much as we can. Everyone has his own capacity, of course, to do things. But if you save one or two, it's good opportunity for them. It would be a good achievement and good impact. I am a CEO of Merck Foundation. I can save more. Someone has another position that can make more. Yes, please do it, because they all need. And this is very important, this one thing. And FGM, of course, it is against the human rights and women's rights and girls' rights. They suffer, and it's harmful. They can die, they can be infertile, they can have a lot of complications. Again, they don't have the rights or the power to say no. Therefore, education can actually prevent FGM, because if a mother is educated, she will not put her girl in this FGM. So it's again a circle that we need to achieve to stop FGM, stop child marriage by supporting girls' education. So girls' education actually is responsible for many things. One of them is the economic power of the country. If you eliminate 50% of the population and put them at home without education, without source of income, how the country can flourish and achieve its potential? No way. I realize how country is developed when I see women in power, and women have equal opportunities to men, and girls are educated. I know this country is developed, not by money, not by building, no, it's by this only. So yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Rashi.
Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thank
and
you.
I hope I develop that fashionistic spirit of yours. It's great.
Of course. Well, thank you.
Okay, you always thank you for giving us the opportunity to mingle and laugh with you. It's so refreshing. I just wanted to know, how do you like unwind after a long day of work?
Yes. Several things I do. It depends on how much I'm tired. So if I am very tired, I like to have a shower and pray, and then I watch a comedy, half-an-hour comedy. Please, the volume, please. Someone is speaking over me. Okay. Then I watch a comedy film or movie or film or episode or something that makes me laugh, because I believe very much laughing helps you secrete certain chemicals in your brain that can reduce your pressure, reduce your cortisol, the stress hormone, and help you to rewind and to relax, which is very important. It's actually also prevention to many diseases in like diabetes, hypertension, and so on. So laughing, if you laugh half an hour per day, it's a medicine for you. So even you force yourself by artificial laughing, it's a mechanism that can control a lot of diseases and conditions. So this one thing. This if I'm very tired. If I'm not tired, I can go home also and then start cooking something or do any other entertainments for me or my family to rewind. But also I have to have birthday, something to laugh about. Like, it's very, very religious for me and important, because also we see a lot of things, especially in my work, that can depress you and can make you very sad. It's a lot of situations, a lot of things that you don't see in your regular life if you are working in a normal life like bank or school or whatever, because our situation and the situation of our work and the nature of our work. So you have to balance that. Otherwise, you will go in a very severe depression or upset or anxiety as well. Anxiety is very, very important. So I overcome my anxiety, which increased by the nature of my job, with the loss of the uncertainty in life when you meet a lot of cases, as you know what I'm talking about. So I overcome this anxiety by what I say: praying, relaxing, shower, praying, and watching a comedy movie or episode.
Very important, Doctor, what you say. Each of us needs to relax at the end of the day before you expose yourself to depression. That's very important.
C'est vraiment un plaisir de participer à cette vidéoconférence avec vous. Je tiens d'abord à vous remercier pour la formation que j'ai eu à bénéficier sur le master sur la prise en charge clinique du diabète avec la Fondation Merck. Alors, moi, c'est Dr Otenga, je suis médecin à l'hôpital général de Kinshasa où je prends en charge les patients diabétiques. Et comme vous le savez tous, le diabète, c'est vraiment la nouvelle pandémie. Et vous avez vu tous combien les moyens en termes de finances, en termes de personnes ont été mobilisées pour combattre la COVID. Or, il y a aussi le diabète qui est là comme une pandémie silencieuse, mais qui fait énormément de dégâts. Et d'après les prévisions de la Fédération internationale du diabète, c'est beaucoup plus l'Afrique qui est concernée et qui sera le plus touchée avec une prévalence exponentielle de l'ordre presque de 143%. Et particulièrement dans mon pays, la République démocratique du Congo, nous faisons face à ce grand défi. Je ne sais pas ce que la Fondation Merck envisage en rapport avec justement cette nouvelle pandémie. C'est vrai que nous, professionnels de la santé, médecins, nous avons obtenu des bourses pour lesquelles nous avons été très bien formés. Encore une fois, je vous remercie pour cela. Mais est-ce qu'il y a d'autres accompagnements pour aider nos compatriotes qui sont atteints du diabète? Parce que le plus grand défi aussi dans nos pays africains, c'est le niveau d'instruction de nos populations, une faible littératie en ce qui concerne le domaine médical et beaucoup plus aussi l'information qui n'est pas correctement véhiculée. Alors, je ne sais pas qu'est-ce que la Fondation Merck prévoit pour cette pandémie que le diabète. Merci beaucoup. Et peut-être une deuxième question, je m'excuse parce que je vis dans un pays qui est en guerre. Je sais que la Fondation Merck lutte aussi contre les violences basées sur le genre. Et c'est aussi un vaste défi. J'ai eu une consoeur qui a parlé, qui est particulièrement à Goma. C'est vraiment un grand défi que nous avons à relever. J'aimerais aussi savoir, s'il vous plaît, docteur Rasha, quels sont particulièrement vos projets pour la République démocratique du Congo en ce qui concerne les violences basées sur le genre. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, doctor. Diabetes is first condition that we addressed in Merck Foundation before actually Merck Foundation start. When we started our strategy for building capacity in Africa, 2012, we were the focus was on diabetes by building capacity and training doctor. Until now, we provided more than 700 or 800 actually, because increasing by the day, 800 scholarships for doctors to get educated about 1-year diploma, 3-year master degree, and also master course in English, French, and Portuguese, which is 3 months, and in Spanish. From doctor from 50 countries and in diabetes, cardiovascular preventive, which is mainly focused on hypertension, and endocrinology. So it's very, very important for us to increase the capacity of the doctors, and we call it Blue Point program because it is nationwide. So we get the doctors from all across the country, not only from the capital, as I said, and every doctor graduate become a blue point in his community until the country become all blue, the whole map become blue. This is where we stop. So this is very important. But also we have different things, like for example, children in school and young people and even older people. We had, for example, the storybook called Sugar Free or Sansuk. And we had it in 3 languages, English, French, and Portuguese, to educate the young children how to eat healthy, exercise regularly, and to treat the older people to limit alcohol intake, stop sugar, and stop smoking, to keep healthy and prevent, but also educate you how to manage your diabetes if you got diabetes and how to avoid have complication. This one thing. We have the song which is called No for Diabetes, No More Diabetes, which we have done also for people who illiterate and cannot speak and cannot write and cannot read. and this is in French and in English and in Portuguese, and we have remix of the 3 language, and it's a very catchy song, and we donate this song for all the radio stations and the video clip to all the TV stations in each country in Africa. And this process is going on, so they can broadcast it in their TV several times per week, so it catch in people's mind to prevent diabetes and learn more about it. You have to hear it. I will send it to the group after the 3 songs to the group after we finish the session. But also we have the media training, where we address how the media can learn about raising awareness about diabetes and living healthy lifestyle, and about hypertension, which is very important because they go everywhere through radio, TV, online, and print. So who cannot read print on online, they can listen to the radio and watch the TV. Also, we have the Media Recognition Award. This media, after training them, we give them the opportunity to compete with the regularity of their coverage to educate the community about diabetes, hypertension, and healthy lifestyle. So it's also increasing the awareness. And also Best Song Award, Best Film Award, and Best Fashion Award. And all this community in our TV program, Our Africa by Merck Foundation, which we are now in the process of translated to French, so we can also donate it to the French stations, TV stations, and we translate it to Portuguese to donate it to the TV stations in Portuguese-speaking countries. But currently it's in English, and it's every country that we donated also to be broadcasted in many countries in Africa at the moment. Not all of them, but in process to reach all of them. So many ways. I'm sure I also missed many things that we are doing through social media, through our meetings and so on. But I think this is a great contribution towards fighting diabetes every day.
Dr. Rasha, I wanted to give you an opportunity to do your parting shots. We have 2 minutes, the close of the call, and your last words to everyone who is on this call.
Okay, do we have anyone that is supposed to have a question and we didn't give them the opportunity? Mehak?
No, Dr. Rasha, everybody has asked their questions.
Okay, great. So I'd like to thank all of you, and I'm really grateful very much for having the kind words about our work and about myself, and also have the time to be with us today, because it's really means a lot to me. I'm so happy that we could have this open-minded conversation, speaks about what we are doing and the feedback from you and from people and social media. It was great for me, and I promise that I'm going to do this kind of sessions in quarter basis, so we can keep up with all the things and the plans, and share with you what we are doing and we are going to do, because it's a lot and it's always dynamics and changing and so on. I want you also to give me your opinion, please, about the things I talked about, like the songs I spoke about, and also the Our Africa by Merck Foundation. I want to invite you to watch it either on your TV if you are in the country where it's broadcasted, but it's also available on my social media, Rasha Kelej, and on Merck Foundation social media, Merck Foundation. So YouTube, you can see and tell me, leave me comment about your opinion, because your opinion matters to me very much, and please share it with all your circles, because as much as more people will watch it, we can know feedback and we can improve ourselves, and also they will share it with their communities and the people around them, and then spread the word and achieve the objective of raising awareness and creating a culture shift, and be the voice of the voiceless, and break the silence about many topics in Africa. So promise me to do so after we leave, because you are the champions of this advocacy campaign. And I would like to work with you closely on many things. If you have any questions that you want to print or write on your website as an interview, and you need some pictures from me or anything, we are available, and we can send you the interview questions and answers to your questions, and this would be also great. And promise me that you're gonna apply for our competition, the Media Recognition Award. And if you are a fashion designer in Fashion Awards and our Song Award or Film Award, and we have 8 categories, one More Than a Mother and the other one Healthy Lifestyle. And you will read all about this in our social media and website. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you again, maybe after 3 months, and to answer more questions. Thank you.